Hey everyone, so it's been about 24 hours since we finished painting the strut supports, the cross braces, and it's been about 48 hours since I painted the actual grille. So I'll go ahead and show you the finished product on these. I think they turned out really well. So this is the finished product for the grille. It's all blacked out now, nice and shiny. It looks really well. Paint went on there really nice. And then these are the strut supports and the V brace, or the cross brace. And the blue on this was just fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted. Nice and shiny on it. I didn't actually really need to do the clear coat on it because the finish on it was already really nice. But I decided to go ahead and do the clear coat just because I wanted to make sure that I had that extra layer of protection, just because the front ones, it might get bugs and little rocks and pebbles like that hit it potentially. So just going to go ahead and install those. So first things that we're going to install are going to be the braces, mainly the front ones, because you have to do those before you install the grill. Just makes everything a lot easier. So we'll set these aside and we'll install the braces. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do these. So these actually only go on one way. So as you can see, the piece right here, they're angled on the bottom part, so they can only go on one way. And it goes on basically like that, but it fits down inside there. So go ahead and do that. So you're just going to slip it in through here. You're going to watch it, make sure that it hits those. It's got like a rubber gasket area that sits in, so it doesn't move around a whole lot, and it just makes it sit in there. So if you just leave the top part open like that, it'll fall through. So I'm going to use the bolt on here to actually just hold it in place, just to make things a little bit easier. And then once that bottom part one is done, then we'll take this one out to put the other brace on. Just enough to hold it. Okay. And then I'll show you guys where it goes. Last time I showed you, it wasn't very good because it was dark out, and I apologize for that. But I'll show you exactly where we're going to be screwing that into. Okay, so as you can see, this is the front end of the car. So the part goes right into here, and it's got like these little rubber gasket areas. See the opening right here? That's where the other one would go into. This one's in it right there. So that's going to go straight down in there. You can actually see it goes across like that. And then if you pull this back open, you'll see kind of right where that's lined up at. Yeah, right there. So that's where it actually mounts to, right on the bottom. It's going to be basically right in there. So you're going to stick your extension socket in between the front bumper and this little grill shroud right there, and you can go right through there, and it's a direct line up to it. You can also get it through the top, but it's kind of a weird angle, so we'll go ahead and do that. Same thing with the other side. It's going to go across here, and then it's going to go right through there is where that's at. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. These didn't take a whole lot of torque on them, so it's just tightening them down pretty snug, and that's about it. Don't have to worry about torquing them. Okay, and that is what it looks like with the grills out and those cross braces installed. I think they pop pretty good with that black. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and install these cross braces right here. So these only go one way. You got the flat side is going to go in the front, and then the angled side is going to go in the back because this part right here is angled. So you can go right here. All right. And then make sure that you have two different size bolts. You have one that's just a short bolt with a washer, and then you have a bolt with a built-in ring or washer on it and another washer, and it's also about twice as long. So that twice as long one goes in the back. So go ahead and put that in there. Just going to start them by hand, and then we'll go ahead and tighten them down with a ratchet. Make sure you don't cross thread them. So again, angled piece right here, flat piece right here. Gonna go just like that. Start off the short one right here by hand. Alright, these are nice and snug. Okay, so now we're going to install these grills. They only go in one way. So for these, you just pop them, literally just pop them straight in. They line up pretty well. You're going to hear a snap. Right, just make sure that they're all seated in there 100%. And the same thing for the next one. Like that. Alright. That grill's in place. So now we got to install, or we have to put the bumper back. So you got to put those screws in and then also those push pins. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put the bumper back on. So it's going to be those 6 screws and then 4 push pins. I actually made a mistake earlier. I was remembering it from my old BMW 3 Series. The screws on here are actually all torque 30 bits, not 30 and 25. So it's just torque 30. Makes it a lot more simple. So go ahead and start lining it up. So if you remember, you got these little flaps right here in the beginning. These go above it. So make sure that you do that as well. Lines everything up. And then you just start these screws. So the screw's actually below it on that hole right there. You access it from the top, but the screw goes underneath that flap for this corner piece as well as this one right here. All the other ones are on top. So just go ahead and start it. Okay. Do the other corner piece. So, see if you guys can see that. Goes in right there. That. There we go. Alright, and then you start putting all the other ones in there. And now the push pins. So push pins are going to be in all the other holes left on there on top. So make sure that you put that tab up so you can actually push them in like that. You push in that base and then push that top in. Push that in there like that. Alright, and then the last step, make sure you don't forget, is your actual weather seal strip. So that's only going to go on like this. So it's got this little ridge right here, and that's just going to snap right on. Super easy to do. Alright everybody, so I just finished doing all this painting and removing the grill and those strut supports. So let's take a look at what the finished product looks like. Okay, so that's the engine bay where you can see those 2 supports right there. They painted blue. I think they turned out really well. The paint looks amazing. They really pop off that black. I think I'll probably end up doing a couple more accents on the BMW to let that highlight. So it looks really good. And then here's the front view. Alright, so you can see that the blacked out grill just looks so much better now. Only downside is that you can't really see those blue crossbars a whole lot. They are there, but you're only going to see them if you're direct view like this, and they're not really huge. So, but they are a good, nice little accent. They add just a little bit more appeal to it. I like it. I think it turned out really good. So everybody just let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Really appreciate it. So, and I'll be uploading a couple more videos soon. All right, thank you everybody.